The world you see is not the world as it is. It is a world of silent signals, hidden intentions, and psychological traps that most people never notice. Most people live their entire lives as puppets, moved by strings they cannot see, their emotions, their deep-seated insecurities, and the subtle, dark manipulation of those around them. But today we stop being the puppet. You are watching Mind Authority, and today we are going to look at the strings. To master others, you must first achieve the ultimate victory, mastery over yourself. Stoicism is not just a philosophy of enduring pain. It is a lens of absolute clarity. It is about seeing the truth through the thick fog of human emotion. When you remain calm while others panic, you are not just being brave. You are becoming the predator in a room full of prey. Control your breath, control your gaze, and you will begin to see the cracks in everyone's mask. People are desperate to be seen, yet terrified of being known. They hide behind words, but their bodies speak the truth. A Stoic listens to the silence between the words, because that is where the real conversation happens. Think about your life for a moment. How many times have you reacted out of anger and regretted it later? How many times have you been played by someone who knew exactly which buttons to push? This stops now. True power is the ability to sit in a room full of chaos and feel absolutely nothing. When you are unshakable, you become a god among men. Lesson 1. The law of mirroring. This is a biological weapon. We are wired to trust those who reflect our own energy. When you sit with someone, do not just listen, match the rhythm of their soul. If they speak slowly, you speak slower. If they lean back, you wait 5 seconds and then lean back too. You are creating a psychological bridge. You are telling their subconscious mind, I am safe, I'm like you. And once that bridge is built, you can walk across it and take whatever information you need. Never explain this. Never show your hand. Let the connection grow in the shadows of their own mind. Your influence must be like the wind, felt by everyone but seen by no one. Lesson 2. The power of strategic silence. In our modern world, noise is a drug, and most people are addicts. They are terrified of the quiet because in the quiet, they have to face the truth of their own lives. But a Stoic knows that silence is not empty. It is a vacuum of power. When you're in a conversation and someone asks you a question, do not rush to answer. Pause. Count to 3 in your head while looking them directly in the eyes. This small gap creates a psychological pressure that most people cannot handle. Most people are so desperate to be liked that they talk too much. They reveal their secrets, their fears, and their weaknesses just to fill the air. They think they are being friendly, but they are actually handing over their power. You must be different. Be the stone that does not move. When someone tries to provoke you with an insult, give them nothing but silence. Your silence is a mirror that reflects their own insecurity back at them. They will become uncomfortable. They will start to stumble over their words. They will try to justify themselves. And in that exact moment, you have already won the battle. Think about the most powerful people in history. They did not shout. They did not explain themselves to everyone. They spoke only when necessary, and when they did, the world listened. Silence gives your words weight. It makes people wonder what you are thinking. And when people wonder about you, they are under your influence. In your personal relationships, learn to use the silent pause. When your partner or a friend says something that requires a reaction, wait 5 seconds before you respond. This shows that you are not a slave to your emotions. It shows that you are the master of your mind. Practice being the observer in every room you enter. Watch how people fidget. Watch how they talk to avoid the discomfort of a quiet moment. This is not about being rude. It is about being unshakable. Silence is the ultimate protection for your soul. It keeps your internal fortress safe from the chaos and the noise of others. Stay still. Stay silent. Stay powerful. Lesson 3. The art of framing. In every human interaction, there is a frame. The frame is the perspective, the context, and the rules of the game. He who defines the frame wins the battle before it even begins. Most people are reactive. They accept the frame that others give them. If someone treats you like a subordinate and you act like one, you have accepted their frame. If someone tries to insult you and you get angry or defensive, you have accepted their frame. You have let them define the reality. A Stoic does not react to other people's frames. He builds his own. Think of a frame like a mental cage. When someone tries to put you in a cage, do not struggle against the bars. Instead, change the room. If someone asks you a disrespectful question, do not answer it. Ask them why they felt the need to ask such a question. Now the frame has shifted. You are no longer the one being judged. You are the judge. Control the narrative, and you control the person. This is how leaders are made. They don't ask for permission to lead. They frame the situation in a way that makes their leadership the only logical choice. In your workplace, in your social circles, and even in your family, watch how frames are built. Watch how people try to guilt-trip you or manipulate you through their words. When you remain emotionally detached, you can see the frame for what it is, a hollow structure. Do not let the world tell you who you are or how you should feel. You define the terms. You set the boundaries. When you are the master of the frame, you are the master of the world. Stay cold. Stay calculated. Stay in control of the frame. Lesson 4. Scarcity and the law of value. Why do we value gold more than sand? Because gold is rare. Human psychology works the same way. When you are always available, when you answer every text in seconds, when you are always there to please everyone, you become sand, you become common, and common things are never respected. A Stoic understands the power of withdrawal. You must learn to disappear. Let people feel the cold weight of your absence. When you are not there, they are forced to imagine what you are doing, and their imagination will always make you more powerful than you actually are. Stop seeking validation. Stop explaining your moves. Become a mystery that people want to solve. The more you withhold your presence, the more valuable it becomes. True attraction is born in the space between two people, not in the constant noise of being together. Lesson 5. The mask of emotional detachment. Most people are like open books. You can read their anger, their fear, and their desperation on their faces. They are slaves to their nervous systems. But you must become the statue. Look at the great philosophers of the past. Their faces were unshakable. When someone yells at you, do not yell back. When someone tries to hurt you, do not flinch. When you show no reaction, you take away their weapon. They want to see you suffer. They want to see you break. But when you give them nothing but a cold, steady gaze, they become terrified of you. They realize they have no power over your soul. This is the ultimate freedom, to be in the middle of a storm and remain completely still. Your emotions are your greatest enemy if you don't control them. But once you master them, they become your greatest shield. Practice the dead stare. When someone is talking, look at them, but don't react. Don't nod. Don't smile. Just observe. They will feel the pressure of your stillness. They will realize that you are not playing the same game they are. You are playing a deeper game. A game of mental dominance. Stay detached. Stay observant. Stay unshakable. Lesson 6. The law of emotional independence. Most people are like beggars. They beg for attention. They beg for love. And they beg for a seat at the table. A Stoic never begs, because he already owns the table. You must reach a point where you are so comfortable with your own company that the presence or absence of others does not change your pulse. This is the ultimate dark power. When you are willing to lose someone, you gain total control over the relationship. People sense this energy. They sense that you are not holding on to them with desperate hands, and it makes them want to hold on to you even tighter. It is a paradox of human nature. We are attracted to the one who can walk away. Think about your deepest obsessions. They were never about the person who was nice to you. They were about the person who was a mystery, the one who didn't need you, the one who remained calm when you were emotional. That is the person you must become. You are not here to be liked. You are here to be respected. And respect is only given to those who respect their own boundaries. Never explain your rules. Just live by them. If someone disrespects you, do not argue. Just remove your presence. Silence is the loudest answer you can give to a fool. Let them wonder what they did wrong. Let them sit in the cold vacuum of your silence until they realize your value. Life is a game of chess, but most people are playing checkers. They think one move ahead. You must think 10. You must see the end from the beginning. You must anticipate the moves of your enemies and the needs of your lovers. But always you must remain the king of your own mind. Your internal peace is the only thing that cannot be taken from you unless you give it away. Guard it with your life. Be the shadow. Be the observer. Be the mind authority. We have spoken of techniques, of mirroring, silence, and framing. But these are merely tools. The true power of a Stoic lies in his relationship with reality itself. Most people are terrified of being alone. They are terrified of what they will find in the silence of their own minds. They seek distraction in the arms of others, in the noise of the world, and in the constant pursuit of pleasure. But you must understand that your greatest strength is your ability to be alone and remain unshakable. When you do not need anyone, you become dangerous because you cannot be controlled. You cannot be manipulated through your desires or your fears. This is the state of apatheia, not a lack of feeling, but a mastery over it. Look at the people around you. They are constantly reacting. They are like leaves in the wind, blown by every insult, every compliment, and every minor inconvenience. They have no center. But you are the mountain. The storm may rage around you, the rain may lash against your skin, but you do not move. In your relationships, this detachment is your greatest weapon. When you love someone, love them with the awareness that they are mortal, that they are free to leave at any moment. This is not coldness. It is the highest form of respect. It means you do not own them, and they do not own you. When you remove the need for possession, you create a space where true obsession can grow. Because people always want what they cannot fully possess. Become the enigma that they can never quite figure out. Be the shadow that they can never catch. This is the way of the mind authority. We have reached the end of our journey today. But for you, the real work is just beginning. Most people will watch this video, feel a spark of power, and then go back to their old, reactive lives. They will forget the laws of mirroring, they will fear the silence, and they will become puppets once again. But you are different. You have stayed until the very end because you know that true mastery requires depth. You know that the secrets of the human heart are not found on the surface. They are buried in the darkness of our subconscious. In my years of studying the architecture of obsession, I have found that love is not what they tell you in the movies. It is not a fairy tale. It is a psychological game of value, scarcity, and emotional framing. If you do not understand the rules, you will always be the one who loses. I have documented everything I know, every law of human connection, every secret of building unbreakable obsession, in my book, The Way We Love. This book is not for everyone. It is only for those who are brave enough to see the world as it truly is. Because you are a part of the Mind Authority family, I want to give you a gift. I want to make sure you have the tools to protect yourself and to lead others for a very limited time. Until January 26th, the digital version of The Way We Love is completely free on Amazon. Do not let this opportunity pass you by. This is your chance to own a roadmap to the human soul without spending a single cent. Click the first link in the description or the pinned comment right now. Download your copy before the window closes and the price returns to its original value. Go now. Claim your power. And as you move through the world, remember, stay silent, stay observant, and above all, stay stoic. I am Mind Authority, and our work here is done for now.